Hi, Melford Concetta here, and we have Susan DeBrinket with us today, and she is a lifetime master coordinator, which means that she is at the top end here of Shaklee. And what we wanted to do was have her talk about both the background of where Shaklee's been and where Shaklee's going. The reason we got involved with Shaklee, for one of the strongest reasons, is that Roger Barnett is the owner of the company, and Roger is a billionaire. Now, it's not as much his bank account that gets us excited, it's how he accrued that money, it's how he got to the point where he was successful enough to be a billionaire and then buy this company. We own a big internet marketing company, so we know a lot of people that make a lot of money. We've got a Skype and email just full of people who make 6, 7, 8 figures a year, and we're very used to dealing with very powerful people that make a lot of money. So we only look at business opportunities where we know that the owner of the company also makes a lot of money and knows the right ways to make even more money. So what we did was we got involved with Shaklee because we knew that with our internet marketing background, we could teach you how to do the same things that we're going to do. We have the edge because we've got a powerful company already that's based in the internet, so we can use the tools that we've created for our internet company and apply those to Shaklee. So it's kind of going to be a no-brainer for you guys. And again, that's what made it so we wanted to jump at it, because we know that a guy like Roger, who's running this company, is going to give us the marketing materials and give us the chance to use our expertise to bring more money out there. So we want to pass it on to you as well. What we want to do is we want to make sure that you know the background of the company, because it helps to know where you came from, but more importantly, it really matters where you're going to go. So I'm going to have Susan talk to you about not only the background of Shaklee, but more importantly, what Roger has planned for us today, tomorrow, and for years in the future. So Susan, if you don't mind.
Great. Shaklee now is 54 years old. It was started back in 1956 by Dr. Forrest Shaklee. And Dr. Shaklee was a chiropractor. He had 5 doctorate degrees, but he had spent a lifetime developing nutritional products, which he used in his practice. When he retired from chiropractic, he decided that he wanted to develop a company to market the products he had spent a lifetime developing. And so that's when Shaklee Corporation began. Now, Shaklee Corporation became the #1 natural nutrition company. They were a Fortune 500 company. They were New York Stock Exchange. And we got in around that time. But anyway, in 2004, Shaklee was purchased by a wonderful young billionaire named Roger Barnett. Roger had had a series of successful short-term investments. What he would do is buy a small company, build it up to over $1 billion, take it global, take it to #1 in its field, and then sell it. Then he'd buy another small company, take it global, take it to over $1 billion, #1 again, he'd sell it. He did that several times. Then he had a couple children, and he decided that he needed a family business to do the rest of his life and to pass on to his children and their children.
Which is the same situation that we're in.
Yeah, exactly.
You did it for your kids and we're doing it for our kids.
Right. And so he spent $20 million in 5 years, he and his team of lawyers, investigating 1,000 companies in 100 different industries. He narrowed it down to health and wellness and network marketing, because those were the 2 industries poised to grow the most. Then he looked at 75 different companies that met that criteria. Every time he'd get close to one thinking this might be a good one, he'd find something he didn't like. Then he found Shaklee. He says the more research he did, the more he looked into it, the better it got. And the problem was it wasn't for sale. But he was able to convince the owners to sell it, and he purchased Shaklee in 2004. And it has been one of the most wonderful things that's ever happened to Shaklee. He at the time that he bought Shaklee, there were three ways of earning income. There is now 8. He keeps bringing in incentives. He brought this wonderful travel. He did all sorts of things that have really helped all of us in developing our business. He's introduced products that you can't buy anywhere but from Shaklee, so exclusive to us. So it's been a wonderful thing. And the one thing that he said in the beginning, which truly is happening, perpetual accelerated momentum. This company is growing and growing and growing during these worst economic times. So it's very exciting.
Roger has just been so great at making sure that there's always an incentive. There seems to be an ongoing incentive all the time. So, whether you're new to the game or whether you've been in it for a long time, there's always going to be something that's going to incentivize you to keep the push going. And, that's one of the things that brought us into this game so well, is that we see that there's always a little extra out there for you. There's always a mark to hit. And, you know, so often you find that when you're doing something you're not used to, you know, sitting across the table from somebody, sitting in front of a video camera, talking to the whole planet online, you know, you find that it might be a little hard to get that little extra push. And that's where Roger has really changed the game. He always gives you this little extra push. There's always something out there. There's always a carrot. And you know what? We love to see that carrot on the end because we know that, yeah, it just might take a little extra push. It might be talking to one extra person a week, talking to one extra person a month that's going to get you to that mark. So, you know, that's one of the things that we love about Roger is because he's an aggressive businessman. It's funny. It makes me think back to what Susan said about the fact that, you know, they didn't want to sell. Well, you know what? A billionaire can put a lot of influence out there. A billionaire can pretty much buy anything he wants. So when he saw it was out there and he made sure that he wanted to have it, he got it. And that's the mindset that is behind Shaklee. That's the mindset that makes it so you can go, you know what? The guy who owns this company wants it to win. You know, this billionaire is not going to let this thing go down because he's not pushing his folks to get to that next level. So he's going to give you all these additional tools, which brings it back to our team, you know, with Mark, with Ray, with Susan, with Concetta and I, that we want to make sure that we give you all these tools to give you that little extra edge. You know, it's that's what you find on the internet. Is there are so many people out there on the internet trying to put forth products, you know, trying to tell you about this, that, or the other thing. So that's why we wanted to put this team together because we knew that we could give you that little extra edge. And that is, again, to go full circle back to the beginning of my story, why we love Roger. Because Roger is such an excellent businessman that he's always going to make sure he gives you A, that little extra edge, and B, something to strive for. And he's going to pay you for that something. So that's it. Again, we just want to give you a quick overview of where the company was, where the company is today, and later on we're going to talk about where the company's going. So thanks, guys. Have a great day.